Team USA is forcing Caitlin Clark to change her infamous 22 number.
You genuinely won't believe the sheer mayhem erupting right now. Sue Bird, a living legend, a name carved into the foundation of women's basketball, has reportedly hit a breaking point in full public view. What unfolded wasn't a quiet disagreement or a behind-the-scenes hiccup. It was a sudden, explosive unraveling so intense that even seasoned insiders were left completely speechless. Here's the bombshell that cracked everything wide open. Caitlin Clark has allegedly delivered a non-negotiable message to Team USA. She's done, completely finished, if she's denied that jersey number. Yes, that exact number, the most recognizable and talked about digit in women's sports right now. And Sue Bird's response to this ironclad ultimatum? It didn't merely cause tension. It triggered a seismic shockwave that tore through the entire basketball world. Quiet conversations have turned into frantic whispers. Executives are scrambling. Analysts are spiraling. And right at the eye of this storm stands a managing director suddenly forced to plug countless holes in a ship taking on water faster than anyone can stop it. This isn't ordinary locker room friction. This isn't ego clashing with authority. This is a full-scale crisis, one with the potential to permanently reshape the future of USA basketball. From what we're hearing, the sport's brightest star in generations has drawn a hard, immovable line behind closed doors, and Sue Bird was left stunned by the blowback that followed. But before we break down every moment of Sue's frantic reaction and the exact wording Caitlin allegedly used in that private exchange, I want to hear from you. If you were standing in Caitlin's position, would you walk away from Team USA over a jersey number? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because right now your perspective matters more than ever.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not a very creative person. I was born on January 22nd, so it's what I went with when I was about 5 years old.
And don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like this video so we can continue exposing the truths nobody else has the guts to say out loud. Alright, Queens, let's jump straight into the heart of this meltdown. Team USA has officially created one of the biggest, most unnecessary disasters in the history of women's basketball, and the most painful part is that they did it to themselves. The decision they made is so confusing, so illogical, it almost feels intentional. They demanded that Caitlin Clark, the undeniable face of the sport, the most explosive and talked about player in basketball today, give up her iconic number 22 for the upcoming December training camp. Sources close to the situation say Caitlin's response was cold, firm, and immediate, like a dagger at the buzzer. If I can't wear my number, I won't be there. Now reports suggest Sue Bird, Team USA's managing director, is in full damage control mode. Losing sleep, making frantic phone calls, and asking the same haunting question. How did we let this spiral so badly? Because this didn't slowly escalate, it detonated. Let's be absolutely clear about one thing. This isn't about a jersey number. This is about respect. This is about legacy. This is about telling the biggest star in the sport that her brand, her journey, and the symbol millions of fans associate with her suddenly don't matter. Fans are outraged, analysts are stunned, and behind closed doors, executives are quietly wondering if USA basketball truly understands the generational talent standing right in front of them. Caitlin Clark isn't just another player on a roster. She's a global brand, a cultural force, a once-in-a-generation phenomenon whose name carries more weight than the organization trying to control her. If you stand with Caitlin, hit that like button. And if you don't, drop your reasoning in the comments. And of course, subscribe so you never miss what Court Queens is cooking up next. This entire firestorm exploded at the worst possible moment, just as fans were gearing up for Team USA's highly anticipated Super Camp in North Carolina, scheduled for December 12th through 14th. This was supposed to be a celebration, a moment of unity, a showcase of the world's elite talent. Paige Buchers, Juju Watkins, rising stars, veterans, the best of the best. Instead, it turned into the epicenter of one of the strangest and most uncomfortable controversies women's basketball has seen in years. A controversy that could realistically push its brightest star away from the national team altogether. Reports began surfacing that Team USA planned to take away the very number that defined Caitlin Clark's rise. From her historic college dominance at Iowa to her explosive rookie season in the WNBA. And the timing couldn't be worse. Caitlin Clark's superstardom is just taking flight. Her global influence is expanding by the day. And somehow, at this exact moment, Team USA chose
Number 17 at Team USA training camp on December 24th. News broke that Caitlin Clark will be taking a part in the training, which that's what we talked about at the beginning of the video. Now, this right here this came out this came out on the 24th. So these are the numbers, man. So head on over to Twitter and check this out real quick. So this is what was released right here. It says Lauren Betts. Hold on, here's the ages. Where's the number? Here we go, right here. So these are the numbers. Caitlin Clark. Let me blow this all the way up, man. I want to blow this all the way up so y'all can see this. So as y'all can see there, man, how did Caitlin Clark number will be changed? So who's wearing 22? Or if you guys remember, Michael Jordan wore number 45 in the Olympics. Because it don't look like no one's wearing number 22.
this decision, reckless, avoidable, and completely out of touch, has ignited a massive online uprising. Her supporters are everywhere today, flooding every platform, urging her to stand firm, telling her not to back down, guarding her legacy, her identity, her number. And honestly, no one can blame them, because when an athlete reshapes an entire sport the way Caitlin has, you don't take from her, you honor her. If you're standing with Caitlin, drop a 22 in the comments and make sure you're subscribed, because things are escalating fast, and Court Queens is the only place breaking it all down for you. Let's be absolutely clear, because this is the heart of today's firestorm. Caitlin Clark's number 22 is not just a jersey number. It is the most recognizable, most powerful, most culturally significant number in women's basketball. Period. End of discussion. From the moment she stepped onto the court at Iowa, drilling impossible shots and rewriting record books, to her arrival in the WNBA where she instantly became the league's most watched player, that number has belonged to her. It's not just stitched onto fabric. It's stitched into memory, into culture, into the image millions of fans worldwide connect to greatness. When people see 22, they don't just see Caitlin Clark. They see logo-range threes that defy logic. They see no-look passes that feel supernatural. They see fire, grit, passion, and a competitive force that transformed women's basketball into a global spectacle. That number is a symbol, a banner waved in packed arenas and living rooms across the world. Trying to separate Caitlin Clark from 22 is like trying to separate brilliance from the game itself. It doesn't work. It never will. If you agree, hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe so Court Queens can keep delivering the truth the way only we do. Now pause and really think about this. No other superstar, no other player at her level owns number 22 the way Caitlin Clark does. She didn't just wear it, she became it. Just like Michael Jordan is forever 23. Just like Wayne Gretzky is forever 99. Caitlin Clark and 22 are fused into basketball history. So when Team USA steps in and demands she give it up during the peak of her rise, people naturally start asking questions. Why do this? What's the message? Because unless the goal is exactly what it looks like, this feels like a power move, an attempt to assert control over an athlete who has grown bigger, louder, and more influential than the system itself. And what makes this sting even more for her fans is that this isn't the first time USA Basketball has appeared to undervalue her. Earlier this year, she was shockingly left off the Olympic roster. A snub so glaring that fans and analysts alike were stunned. This is a player who delivers massive global viewership. A player whose games shatter ratings. A player who has single-handedly pushed women's basketball into the mainstream. Yet again, she seems to be shortchanged. And now people are starting to whisper about a larger pattern, a deeper issue. Is the old guard pushing back? Do they feel threatened by an athlete redefining what women's hoops can be? Because none of this makes sense unless there's fear of Caitlin Clark becoming bigger than the institution itself. So what number did Team USA assign her? According to official camp documents, Caitlin Clark was given number 17. 17. A random, lifeless number with no connection to her story, her brand, or her legacy. On its own, 17 means nothing. But in this moment, it means everything. Because it sends a message. Are they trying to remind her who's in charge? Are they asserting dominance? Or are they simply disconnected from the cultural force standing right in front of them? Whatever the reason, the message is clear. We decide. Not you. And according to reports, Caitlyn responded with the only power she had left, walking away. But here's the detail that sent fans over the edge. No one else at Team USA camp was wearing number 22. It wasn't claimed. It wasn't reserved. It wasn't assigned to a veteran or legend. It was left completely unused. That changes everything. This wasn't a mistake. This wasn't confusion. This looks deliberate. And that's why even neutral observers are baffled. If no one else is wearing it, why force the one player who earned it to give it up? There is no explanation that holds up. No justification that survives scrutiny. And that's why Caitlyn reportedly refused to bend. Now this mess lands squarely on Sue Bird's desk. As managing director of Team USA, she's responsible for shaping the future and guiding the next era. But instead of focusing on growth and global dominance, she's dealing with a self-inflicted crisis, because taking the signature number from your biggest star was always going to explode. Sources say Sue Bird has gone from frustrated to panicked, scrambling behind the scenes, making calls, seeking advice, searching for a compromise that keeps Caitlyn involved without fully undoing the policy that caused this firestorm. But here's the truth. Sue Bird doesn't hold the leverage. Caitlyn does. Caitlin Clark doesn't need Team USA. Team USA needs Caitlin Clark. She's already a champion, already a record-shattering superstar, already the most marketable player women's basketball has ever seen. What does she gain from sacrificing her identity for a jersey? Meanwhile, what does Team USA lose if she walks? Viewership, tension, cultural relevance, global buzz. Caitlin Clark is the spark fueling modern women's basketball, and Sue Bird knows it. That's why this situation has spiraled so fast. And this isn't just about one player or one number. It reflects deeper frustrations across the WNBA: fair pay, respect, safety, recognition, and equality. When the most visible woman in the sport is treated as replaceable, the message echoes throughout the league. With looming CBA negotiations, lockout fears, and years of players feeling undervalued, this jersey controversy becomes a tipping point. When Caitlin Clark says enough, she's speaking for every woman told to accept less. Sure, other stars share jersey numbers in all-star games, and those situations are handled through mutual respect. But that's not what happened here. No one asked for 22. There was no conflict. USA Basketball created a problem that didn't exist, and now they're paying the price. When the official roster dropped and fans saw Caitlin Clark listed as number 17, the internet erupted. That was the proof. This was real. Caitlin stood her ground. Sue Bird is left cleaning up a disaster that never needed to happen. So now it's your turn. Should Caitlin Clark walk away from Team USA, or should she play anyway? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe, because Court Queens will be here breaking down every twist in this unfolding saga. This story is far from over.